Hello everybody, I'm Aaron. I'm commentating the match between KVD and DangerMoll. Before we start, I am not sure why we are not starting, but I know that my co-commentator Firewaster has some internet issues, so I guess it's just me alone, and he is refereeing the match. So yeah, I'm just doing the same as we all do. We are just waiting for the match to start.
I think I'm back.
Well, we have some good news. I was telling you have some problems with your internet, but let's hope that you can stay with us.
Yeah, it's been like that the whole afternoon. My internet keeps going and coming back, and I very
We might have lost Firewaster again. I was just about to ask how far he was with the preparations, so we can start on the first cup.
But anyway, let's hope this works.
Yeah.
Let me just check the restream real quick. Yeah, I think we need a screen transition. I think I need to do that manually, actually.
And how is the refereeing going?
They're just waiting for our...
Alright. Just be a little patient.
I think we are ready. I will count them down and we'll be good to go.
Alright.
Be right back in 30 seconds.
Well, since Firewaster is the referee, he can maybe tell exactly what he is doing right now, because the lower seeded can eliminate one cup, and then the other, in this case it's KVD, is gonna pick the first cup. I think it is, and then it's first to 3.
So I have the info on what got picked and banned. Moll, for the surprise of no one, banned Special. And
Special banned.
Carl decided to pick Mushroom Cup.
Alright. Mushroom Cup.
I think the stream froze for me, but I'll just open it again.
Right, so the first cup is gonna be Mushroom Cup. I think, yeah, they started. I think this is the cup where Moll got the most chances if he wants to score some points against KVD.
Yeah, and I think there is some cropping issues with KVD screens. You can't see his chrono, but I'm sure that will be sorted soon.
Yeah, I can see it on the right in the red.
Oh yeah. But yeah, let's keep it that way, because we are 12
we can see it
late. Yeah, we can live with that.
Yeah, let's see. So far they're driving very solid, no crashes, going fine. Looking for a mushroom probably.
Yeah, although like everyone wants a mushroom here, but even then it's like 1.5 second gain.
That's
Not like
true.
the biggest mushroom, but it's good. 1.5 seconds on Mushroom Cup is a lot.
Moll dropped to 1 boost. It's gonna cost him around 1 second. A little bit more. Not decisive.
He switched controllers very recently, so he was complaining that this specific controller sometimes drops a boost or two.
Boost, yeah.
So yeah, could be a little problematic in the long run, but he said it's better than the other one, so I guess you take the lesser of two evils.
Indeed.
Try and open chat so I can keep up with what people are talking about. Hope this doesn't completely destroy my internet connection.
I'll try to do the same.
So yeah, Moll has been practicing quite a bit, and I've seen that he played a lot of DP1 recently. He was getting very solid results. So yeah, let's see how this goes here.
Right, I got a chat opened as well, so if anybody has a question or something, feel free to ask.
So far, yeah, Moll getting stuck in the middle of traffic there. It's very dangerous going around that last corner against the brothers, because they can just activate the star and we're pretty much done if that happens.
It's again a difference of 3 seconds. Very solid driving.
11:72 second lap for Carl. Very free.
That's noticeable indeed.
He will not be happy with an 11:72 on Ghost Valley 1, I'm gonna tell you that.
So far, so good for Moll, I think. It's only around 5-6 seconds. I mean, if Keller makes one mistake or he might get a feather on BC1, I think it's still very open after 2 tracks.
Yeah, it's still in range, and Ghost Valley 1 is a track that it's not hard to make mistakes. Because we play so much time trial, it's very easy to get the timing of the platform jump wrong.
They both get a feather on this track, but on this track, but Moll misses the platform jump. That's a big loss, and that might even cost him the cup right away. But you never know. It's SMK.
It's SMK, it's Bowser Castle next. The Thwomps love to smash people in the face, so everything can happen. But yeah, Carl driving very solid.
Very solid.
48.90. Yeah,
48.
very fast, yeah. It's probably a tournament record.
I only get a feather, so there were no mushrooms involved. And another almost platform miss by Moll.
Yeah,
but
he even got the blink.
I think, as I know Moll, as I know him, he's always a bit, how do I say, afraid, like when he's
Sure.
live or people watching. So, like, platform jumps are normally pretty easy to perform, but when you have a lot of pressure, it can be tough.
Yeah, and it's the first cup they are playing in the tournament, first cup of the match. It tends to get a little more nervous in the beginning. I realized that in my match against Sophie, that all the things that I was executing perfectly during practice, when I got to the first cup, it was like
Yeah.
horrible.
Ooh, Carol got a turnaround here in the first lap. Gonna cost him a lot of time. Second lap.
Good old turn of shame.
Yeah, there it is.
That
Well, Moll is slowly catching up. If he can get a feather now, maybe.
I think if he gets a feather, they will be like probably synced.
Yeah, but instead of a feather, it's a bounce of DK, unfortunately.
He gets DK. And he even had switched to DK because he said that DK was always hammering him doing the races, like body blocking him all the time, so he decided to switch. And then the one time that he doesn't switch, he gets body blocked by DK. That's like extra salt to the injury.
Indeed. What I also want to say about pressure, I think for Moll it's pretty nice to have Carol as a first opponent, because it's, well, with all respect, you're gonna lose like most of the time, but you get used to the idea and the setup. So I think it's pretty good for him, because he can score points against everybody else, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, he's very solid, and I think it's the first SG tournament that he's participating on. I think he didn't participate on the first one in GP or the time trial one we had. I'm quite sure he didn't. He was doing mostly comms and stuff. So yeah, it's good to get that out of your system. And We get better as the tournament progresses. The more
Oh,
matches we play, the better we get. And if there's a match where you wanna be cold and not warmed up at all, is the match that you're most likely to lose. So
mhm.
yeah, I agree with you. It's good to get this match out of the system and so he can progress and
Exactly.
get a
Carroll
few
missed
games.
a flat boost lap before, so I'm not sure if he's gonna try it again. No, he's not.
He probably will not.
But he crashed again, and it's not over yet.
I think none of them is watching the other person's stream, so that makes it even less likely that Carl
Yeah,
will try that boost. Unless he believes that Mo is
I think it
way
was a
far ahead.
7:29 is gonna take the first cup. Carroll.
729 versus 737.
So far, so good.
I'm gonna
Carroll's
do a little
driving solid.
back
Couple
to me.
crashes, but very solid on both sides. Well, since Carroll won the first cup, it's Mol to decide which cup we're gonna play next. And then we're gonna prep the menus. So so far, it's not really going very surprising. We haven't seen good items yet, unfortunately. So this is the moment
We are
to
going to
join
Flower Cup
Bowser.
next. So yeah, Flower Cup is one of the most swingy cups in terms of RNG. If you get good RNG on CI1, BC2, tracks like that, it can completely change the match.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we're
and
going.
especially on BC2 with the feather, I've seen Mol done it several times now, and he's very good at it. So if he can manage to get it,
Yeah, that feather, the finish line feather, is one that I never get right, but Maul seems to get it like 100% of the time.
yeah,
It's kind of amazing.
exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
think I've seen him miss it, and I can't get it
nope.
to save my life.
Yeah, and the way he performs it's like sliding left to right. It's like the really complicated strat, but he seems effortless doing it. Amazing to watch. Oh, we all have to hope for a feather, at least there. But I think it's the fourth race in this cup, so we have to wait for it.
Yeah, there's a lot to happen until then.
Exactly.
We can get mushrooms and feathers on CI1, then we can get the feather finish on GV2, which I think
Yeah.
only Carl would go for. The mushrooms on DP2, yeah, this is a very swingy track in terms of RNG, that's for sure.
And we're all looking for a mushroom here, of course. It's the best mushroom in the whole game, I think, even to get.
I think so.
Combined with
Maybe
Choco Island 2 as well.
the Choco Islands and mushrooms, they go hand to hand because of the
Yeah.
way the bounces work. So yeah, mushroom would be beautiful here. Or a feather, which Carl got. He'll probably save it for last lap. Kind of a crash there on the wall jump. All
I was
driving very
gonna keep the feather for the last lap for sure.
yeah, the traffic here, especially on the part where you do the wall jump, can be
Oh,
very, very bad.
and
Oh.
Mol guessed this room, but he was too late. So he cannot use it as he wanted to, but it's still good.
Yeah, very good showing for both of them. I think Mo could have gotten like half a second faster if he tried to use
Yeah.
that mushroom over the bumper, but still it's considerably more difficult to execute, and it's just a very small time save. So yeah, I like his option of just jumping into the dirt there and using the mushroom.
He's taking no risk there, and he's right there.
Here.
And I'm so happy to see that Moll's not going for the platform jump in lap 1.
Especially on lap 1, yeah.
Yeah, he told
He's
me
an advocate for...
he always crashes there, so he's just playing really solid, not much risk, don't crash. I really like his style of playing.
It's that style of play that if you're gonna go against him and you do like one too many mistakes, you're gonna lose the cup.
Yeah, exactly. And Carroll has some trouble. Moll's taking the lead in this cup so far.
I think his
Very
chrono
small.
is slightly ahead. So
Yeah,
like 2 seconds there.
2-3 seconds, yeah. A small
Still,
crash as well. Just
it's a race.
slightly behind. It's a race. It's on.
So yeah, Carl did get the feather on CI1. So the next big item you can get here is the mushroom on DP2. But I think Moll doesn't go for the what we call the Jesus shroom, which is the bounce on water and jump the wall. So yeah, I think Moll here will be hoping that none of them gets any items, because he doesn't use it. The more both
Well,
of them get
they
hugged.
both had a Moll on them.
It's a synced hug. Come on, guys, COVID, don't go around hugging
No.
each other. That's dangerous.
Well, I have to say something, because you said that Moll will not go for this mushroom, but I think he will, actually, because he's playing against Carroll. It's not the hardest one there is compared to DP1.
Yeah, I think from a strategic point of view, it's the right thing to do, but I'm not sure that Mo has practiced it, so I think it's outside of the kind of risk that he's willing to take. Yeah, he's even keeping
Yeah. I was just about to say I'm not sure if he wants to, because he's not even trying to get another item. Carroll, of course, is. He told me he wanted to set some records, some tournament records. But you're gonna need items for that. Not getting
he
it.
might have gotten the record on GV1, because he went like 48 something.
I have to say, a 118 against a 119. It's really good. They're playing really well.
And win second against Carl on DP2, that's impressive, to say the least. Very. They both got hugged by the mole there, but yeah, solid performance.
This is the big game changer normally in this cup. So let's see what happens.
And it's interesting because you were talking about how good Mole is with this feather. Carl is the opposite. As much as he practices the finish line feather, he doesn't get it very often. At least it's what I see from his GP practices. So yeah, it can like swing the match in Mole's favor very favorably. And
we should hope they get both one then.
And there is one other thing that the next track is Mario Circuit 3, and it's very hard to gain time back there. So if you are able to bring like a 5 or 6 second lead into Mario Circuit 2, it's almost a guaranteed win.
Well, so far they're driving really well again, I have to say. We don't see a lot of crashes in this match so far.
You're doing great. And avoiding the CPUs here is very, very hard, so...
Yeah, and they both do it so well.
Last chance for a feather.
Yeah, no.
Carl is
again
like a second faster.
For some reason, the RNG on both sides is like extremely bad, I have to say, after almost 2 cups now.
Yeah, so far I think we've had one feather for Carl on...
One feather on CI1, yes. Yeah, and there was a lap 5 room on Moll side, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
So it's really poor so far with the items, unfortunately. And now we get a track where it's not as relevant, so they're probably gonna get some mushrooms now. You always see that.
yeah, you can
And there
still
we
like
go. KVD got it on the first item.
mushroom. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
it's possible to
commentary
squeeze
jinx.
like half a second out of a mushroom here, right? One second and a half, more or less. But it's in a place that's so risky that I don't even think it's worth it, to be honest. Carl will keep his for damage control.
Exactly, that's exactly what I wanted to say, and that's exactly what I would have done as well. Yeah, and I feel a bit sad for Mol on this cup because he's driving so well. He's not crashing, just don't get the items and just running a couple seconds behind. He's doing everything right, and yeah, just not enough.
Yeah, I mean, if both of them are driving well, Mo needs an item or two to
Yeah.
get ahead. That's the nature of the matchup. It's the number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed. I mean, there's already a small discrepancy in
Well, takes it
power
just
level,
up
but
8 minutes. Great time. A Mol with a 8:13, also really, really strong. Without items, just
yeah, very,
really, really good,
very
I have to
solid,
say.
very
Yeah.
solid driving by both of them. I'll need a little minute because I'm doing some refing and I will be right back.
All right. So it's 2-0 for Carol. And yeah, it's so sad because Mol, I think against every other person in the tournament, maybe without Neo then, he would have got at least 1 point in the first two. So, but who knows? It's not over. It's first to 3. So let's cheer for Mol a bit. Right, Bowser says it's drinking time.
And up next we have Star Cup.
Mark up.
I hope they reset their clocks, because right now they are just
Oh, yeah.
frozen. If they didn't, we might have a problem.
Oh, can you tell me what's the reason why they are do this preparation for the cup?
You mean the menu?
Yeah, because it's it saves like 0.1 second or something, I think.
Yeah, but like my last cup against Jarmu, I lost by half a second. Maybe if she didn't do it, I could have won the cup. I don't know. It's a very small thing, but since we are discussing a lot of things in between cups, it's like it's kind of free to do it while we are like getting set up. So I think it's worth it. And there's
Oh,
if you don't go for it, there's always the risk of just selecting the wrong cup, as I've done in the past. So
yeah. Okay, yeah, that's that. I have to say that's a really good argument.
yeah, and
So
being
we
me,
should, at this point, we should just enjoy the beautifulness of this track. because we all know this is the best track of the game.
I gotta say that that's an opinion that only you and Tyler Worley share.
Yeah. Oh, and Mol gets a shroom where Carol gets a great feather, and Mol's not going for the shortcut shroom. That's gonna cost some time, but 40 seconds.
Yeah,
And
it's fast.
46 is also pretty good.
Yeah, I would
But a
take
40-18, that's really, really good.
I would take anything under 50 seconds here, to be honest, because you have the fishes, and then you have like the constant speed loss when you
Yeah.
do a wrong boost or a wrong slide. So yeah, sub 50 here is very solid.
Carol got almost a sub 40 even.
Yeah, Carl
And misses the zoom, but he...
show us a few.
And look at this, we have a feather for Mol.
Let's go, Mo. You can make those 6 seconds you lost right here.
Yeah.
It's gonna go for the next lap because of the speed.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
be
pass
able to-
Carol with this. Unless Carol gets a feather, of course.
You pretty much skip a whole lap. Yeah, that's good.
And he
Mo.
did it. Oh,
He got trolled
had
by
a
Mario a little
crash,
bit.
but it's alright, still gaining a lot of time.
He would love another mushroom or feather here, so he can put it a little bit.
And this is what we were talking about Cup before. He just needs one or two. Oh, wow. Never mind. Oh, that's so unlucky. He gets a
Getting
mini
hit by
shroom.
that mini shroom costs like 10 to 12
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Mo.
And you have the feather,
So close.
and then you got this, and yeah. What can you say? And it's not over yet, of course, but it's like very demoralizing. That's all I can say about it. Mol's not happy at this point, and then VL1 is coming up. It's not the position you want to be in. Oh, by the way, I see the score is still 1-0 on the screen.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's my bad. Now we have VL1.
VL1.
There isn't much room left for beneficial items. I mean, you can get a feather on BC3. Well, but saying that, BC3 is where things can completely change because of the foam walls and the lava jumps and computer traffic. So,
Feathers as well.
of course, Mo would have liked to get in there ahead, not losing 10 seconds because of a mini shroom snipe, but if there's a cup where it's possible to come back, it's this one.
I was driving a 49.53, which is very solid. Well, 53.50. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, he must still be kicking himself because of that mushroom. I didn't see if that was a snipe or if Toad was just in front of the mushroom and then he just went sideways right before it, so Mo had no time to react. It's one of those things that happen to you in SMK and you just go, well, what can we say? The game's broken.
Yeah, in some cases you are absolutely right. You know, it's also a bit of a tendency to say that you cannot do anything about it because, you know, there happens so much in the game. But in the end, the big guys just stand up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean...
But I have to say on this track with RNG, like Mol just getting a full Twomp wall in his face, there is just absolutely nothing you can do. But in some cases there are situations you can do something, but yeah, you have to be so quick and so good. And that's what Carol's showing off most of the time. Just driving full speed here on this track.
Yeah, and it's
not without a single problem, it seems.
Hard
just
to react.
It's just
game because
so impressive.
To doing the same thing every lap. on every track. Like we have this method that we follow on each track. So when you have to do something slightly different, it can throw you off like really bad. If you have to take a corner wider, or if you have to do a quick jump to avoid something, it's not an easy thing to do with how much muscle memory we've built during the years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point indeed. So Carroll is off. It's probably going to be his last race for tonight. And it's been really one-sided, I have to say.
Yeah, and it's actually a bit scary because like Moll drove really well for most of it,
Yeah.
and still wasn't enough. Like on Flower Cup, it was close at some point, but on the other two cups, even though Moll drove well, you get that feeling that like. there's nothing else.
This cup he just lost on BC3, and yeah, sometimes. But Carroll's driving really well as well, so sometimes it's just not working, and it's really unfortunate because he played really well and then losing 3-0. But it is what it is. It is what it is. He should be happy about his performance, and I think Carroll will be very happy with his performance as well.
So he's on pace to finish like I don't know 7:35.
Small crash here, but yeah, around 30 seems 7:30.
Yeah,
7:30. Yeah, yeah, that's very, very, very strong. Congratulations, Carroll. GG. Well done. So the first match ends for him. And the next opponent of Carroll is Neo for next week. I already know. So I recommend everybody who's watching now to watch in for that match because it's going to be great. And Moll finishing with an 8:08. He lost it in the last two tracks, but it was done. So GG as well. Well done. So, do you know if the guy's coming for a small talk or?
I think they are. They should get invites real soon. Yeah, so the final score is KVD 3, DangerMoll 0. Moll put up a very respectable fight.
Well, Moll was joining me in the last place of the standing so far, but this is of course just the first match. We have 6 more to go in the upcoming 6 weeks. I think.
So who are playing next week? Is it Eric?
I play against Eric, yes, and
that would be an interesting match.
KVD is playing Neo. It's going to be interesting as well, and Moll's playing against Sophie. I'm saying this out of my head. I'm not. Yeah, okay. I think that's going to be really tight as well. Yeah, we have it's all nice matches next round, so it's pretty equal. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the first round, what the bracket did, they put the highest seed against the lowest seed, and on and on. But for the second round, it seemed like it got people that are seated somewhat near each other. So yeah, it should make for more closer match, more competitive matches.
Yeah, that's what we all want to see.
And we are joined by DangerMoll himself.
Yeah. Hi, Moll.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Good. Do you want me to turn my volume down or?
No, it's fine. It's fine. So, can you tell us how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a nice start to the tournament for me playing Carroll first because it was a kind of a no stress matchup for the first round for me. It was basically I was never going to win that, short of Carol having a heart attack mid-race. Not going to joke about such things, or just getting the most incredible RNG ever. But I felt I drove quite well on most of the tracks. A few bits and bobs didn't go too well here and there, but overall, yeah, I'm happy. Congrats, Carol.
Thank you, Mol.
Carol also arrived. Congratulations, Carol.
Thanks.
3-0. Is it as expected, or?
Well, I mean, the score, maybe, but I think Mol definitely gave me a run for my money on Flower Cup, especially. Like, one feather on BC2 would have made a difference.
Yeah, because I was watching Mol's screen most of the time, and he was driving really strong. And then when I came back to your screen, you were just taking a lead like every time. So you must have been really happy with how you played, I think, considering you had like no items almost.
Yeah, well, no, I got some items. I got a feather on BC3. I got a feather on Choco Island 1. So it's not completely depleted there. And I missed the one thing I'm not happy with. I think I missed 3 tombstones, or maybe even 4. So that's not good in 3 cups.
It was 4, but
yeah. So 40 push-ups in 3 cups is not good. How many did you miss, Mol?
None. I don't think I missed.
GG.
There's this thing. There's a visual cue.
I know.
On the screen, it like asks you if you're ready, and when that kind of is just over half faded away, if you press the accelerate, you'll get the zoom start. Every time. Nerves might make you press it a frame early or a frame late every once in a while, but you should really be getting 14 out of 15 in a 3-cup race.
And you're right.
So I want to ask, what do you guys think about your next match next week? Because I think it's going to be 2 very close matches. So Carol, can you tell me what you expect?
Yeah, so I'm playing
You play against Neo, of course.
Yeah, so a little more than a week from now. We already arranged the date, because we're both a bit busy, but it's Monday, the 31st of January. I expect that match to be close, because I think, knowing Neo, he is gonna be even better than he was against you last night, because it will be his at least his second playthrough.
Because you have to as well, of course, because you played really well. And Mol, you are happy with how you drove, of course. So do you think you're going to have a good chance?
If I can keep driving like that, and if I can keep improving, because I have put quite a bit of practice in the last few days just to try and sharpen things up a bit. I'm learning new things each and every day, ways of doing things, like safer ways of doing things or better ways of doing things. So obviously Carol and Neo are heads and shoulders above everybody else in terms of GP driving in this tournament. I don't expect anything against either of those two, but everybody else, I think it could be some really good matches in there. If I keep improving my driving, I think I can, for the most part, match pretty much any of the others. On most tracks now, just driving. I need to put some work in Special Cup. There's a reason I've pushed Special Cup back or vetoed it or whatever you want to call it. I struggle very hard on that. But as the lowest seed in the tournament, I do get to push it back every single match. So
exactly. That's your privilege.
As long as I win all my matches 3-0 or lose them 3-0, I don't have to play it.
So was that a strategical rank out on Cooper Beach 2? Is that what you're saying during the seeding run?
It was more of the seeding run didn't really matter, because we were at that point we were going all into a round robin bracket, so the seeding run didn't really mean much anyway.
Who are you playing next round?
I've got Jarmy.
Oh, that's a spicy matchup, yeah.
I'm hoping she gets the same RNG she did against Fire Waster.
And Mol, can I ask you one more question? Because I was wondering how did you deal with the pressure? Because I know because you have sometimes a bit trouble with that and stuff. Did you feel a lot of pressure? Were you nervous, or did everything?
Yeah, I always get nervous. Even just playing on stream, on my own stream to 3 people, I get nervous. Like I play a lot better on my own, than I do. Like at CDM, you can see me at some matches I can barely hold the controller. I think there's some famous matches like me and Banana. That was on Special Cup. That was crazy. But for this match, because I was playing Carol, there wasn't really pressure on me because I didn't really expect to win any cups. The pressure I was putting on myself was to, get the Zoom starts, try and drive as nicely as
Drive well.
possible, and not make too many mistakes.
Yeah, and
Well,
you
you
got
did really well. You did really well.
I must say, you got very competitive times on all 3 cups, actually. Looking at the times that have been gotten so far, that's right in the middle of the pack or even the top of the pack, so promising.
Yeah.
Very promising indeed.
How I fare when I'm playing somebody who I might have a chance of beating. The one thing I don't do is once I start, I have chat closed, I have a stream closed, I don't have anything else going on, just the game until the cup's finished. So it's just me against the cup rather than me against another person, to be honest. So
I think that's a great mentality.
And one other thing about you, Mo, that we see is that you can be very consistent on the cups. You will have a 15-second delta on the times you get, while someone like me or Sophie will have a 40-second delta on the cups we get. And I think for this kind of tournament, that's an advantage, to be honest.
I can have a 20-second delta on a single track, to be honest. But
it seems to even out in the end. That's what I say.
Yeah, I think for me on the first 3 cups, it's really how do the Bowser castles go that define what kind of times I'm going to get. Because I fell off on GV1. I was a bit annoyed with that on Mushroom Cup. But really, it usually comes down to how much do I mess up on the Bowser castles. Because most of the other tracks you can kind of find kind of semi-reliable strats, but I'm just really bad at driving through thwomps.
Yeah, I struggled a little bit as well. Actually, I did a really, really strong 180 on Bowser Castle 1. I almost drove back into the lava, actually.
Yeah, that wasn't your best moment of this match, I gotta say.
Anyway, congrats to Carol. Good luck against Neo next week.
Good luck against Jarmu.
Good luck, both of you.
Yeah.
And thanks Aaron and Firewaster.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up now. So, guess you want to say something to end it all?
Yeah, I'm gonna thank you, Ahon, for being around with me and both the runners. Well played, GG, and also extend my thank you to SpeedGaming for, as always, hosting us in the tournament. It's very nice of them, and it brings a lot of attention to the game and sometimes new players, which is always nice and refreshing. So yeah, thank you guys, and thank you SG for doing that for us.
All right, thank you.
Good night.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everybody.